Great leaders are fantastic followers. Now, this sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out. A leader is somebody who people look up to. They definitely are influential and have influence over people's actions, positions, thoughts, whatever have you, right? But we typically think of these people as unyielding. They are forces of nature, immovable mountains. But that's not the way it usually is. And actually, it's the exact opposite. A very good leader is somebody who knows how to be a very good follower. And chances are the way that they learned to be a good leader was by being a very attentive follower. Look at the greats throughout history and you'll find that they all had a very, very good mentor, or at least somebody that they got the blueprint from. You don't get the blueprint by shrugging off all pieces of advice, all wisdom that comes your way. It's the exact opposite. And that is somebody who is a follower. After all, a follower is somebody who listens and, they are influenced by the person that leads them to do certain actions, to speak a certain way, to, whatever, right? You can kind of see how you need to do those things to absorb, good leadership. Now, this isn't to say that every fantastic follower will become a great leader, but every great leader was a fantastic follower. Really pause the video and really think about that one if you need to. We'll start off with bad leaders so that we, paint a better picture. A bad leader cannot be spoken to by anyone. They will only listen to a certain caliber of advice, and it's usually superficial things that, matters to them, but really don't matter all that much, whether that's money, power, status, whatever, right? But for the most part, they're unyielding. They won't listen to good advice, bad advice, doesn't matter. If they didn't think about it, it's not a good idea, right? No one can talk to them. Nobody can correct them, right? And they usually probably look down on their followers. They have followers and the followers listen to them, but they don't actually respect them. And they're like, okay, well, because you listen to me, you are beneath me, therefore, right? That is not a great leader. And you might look at, someone who has these qualities and you might be like, they have a massive following. What are you talking about? Yes, you can be a big leader. Doesn't mean you're a great one. Great is a quality, not necessarily a magnitude of, how many people are following you. But I digress. A great leader yields to something or someone, whether that is a loved one, religion, a mentor. These people have someone, it's not just anybody that, can influence their thought, though it could be anybody, and it's usually a quality of the advice, not necessarily who the advice is coming from. Again, I digress. But they have systems in place that somebody can tell me, what's up. And somebody can correct me. Whether it is that I answer to a system, the law, maybe I answer to my wife or my husband. And if they tell me hey, you are doing this thing and I really do not agree with it, I will stop and actually, consider it, not just hear it out, not just hear it and be like, okay, thanks, babe, right? But I will consider it deeply, right? Or they have a mentor and somebody that, has seen them grow up and has seen their pitfalls, or, someone that they're looking up to. And when that person says, hey, watch out for this thing, they watch out for it, right? Anybody who believes they do not have a boss is not a very good boss. And that goes across the board. You hear these guys on YouTube or, LinkedIn or, Instagram or wherever. They're like, I am my own boss. I make my own hours. I do the hard work. I'm grinding, whatever, right? It's just not true, one. And someone who cannot accept that that is not true is probably not that good of a boss. A great boss or a great leader understands that I answer to the board. I answer to the government, kinda. And I work for my employees. I make sure that they have what they need to be successful. That is a great leader. That's the type of leader that you want to follow, right? So The choice is really yours. If you feel like you need to be a table thumper, shouting at people, being rude, and you have to flex certain things and so on and listen to nobody and kind of just be an asshole to be a good leader, great. You try that. Great leaders have all the attributes that I just mentioned. And it means that for you, if you're not there yet, the best thing you can do to prepare to be a great leader is be a very good follower. Listen to authority. Don't follow blindly, but listen to authority and understand what makes that authority and how they even got there, right? Look for the good, look for the bad, critique things, but do it in a respectful manner and try to learn from the greats so that as you grow up and as you develop, you stand on the shoulders of giants. And a giant standing on the shoulder of a giant is, that's pretty huge, right? But what do you think? Do you think of yapping? Have you seen this in action? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. But I'll see you on the next one.